Today we're going to look at the first ever televised debate for Prime Minister of England. Believe it or not, the first ever televised debate for Prime Minister of England took place last Thursday between these three candidates. Nick Clegg of the Liberal Democrats, David Cameron of the Conservative Party, and Gordon Brown, current Prime Minister and leader of the Labour Party. Much of the analysis that's come out since the debate suggests that Nick Clegg won the debate. My analysis suggests a different outcome. As you know, I've been working on a scoring system for the last several years, which allows me to predict the outcome of the general election based on candidates' nonverbal imaging during the actual televised debate. Now, if we look at each candidate individually, I'm able to put them in one of four different categories: the bureaucrat, the nice guy or the neighbor, the achiever, and the leader. Now, if we look at each one, the leader always beats the other three. Then the achiever will beat the bottom two. The nice guy will beat the bureaucrat, and the bureaucrat can only beat another bureaucrat. So let's look at each candidate now. If we look at Nick Clegg falls into the nice guy or the neighbor. That puts him in good company with people like President Ford and President Carter. Why I put him in that category is he has high positives and has been trained in his gesturing, but he also has high negatives, and a specific type of high negative. That negative expresses fear. He leaked that through some of his rapid jerking movements, as well as some of his facial expressions. If we look at Gordon Brown, I put him in the achiever category. That puts him in company with people such as President Nixon and Hillary Clinton. Very high-achieving individuals. In Gordon Brown's case, he had moderate positives and high negatives. And those high negatives leaked his feelings of being vulnerable up at the podium. He leaked that through rapid fidgeting as well as covering himself. Now, David Cameron came across to me as the leader because he had very high positives and very low negatives. So he didn't leak any sort of fear or vulnerability or feelings of vulnerability, and came across as more of a leader and someone, when they go into the ballot box, would feel more apt to vote for and feel they could trust that they would do the right thing. It's interesting to note that David Cameron shares a leader category with JFK, President Reagan, President Clinton, and President Obama. He also shares something else with President Obama: Anita Dunn. And Anita Dunn was the person who trained Barack Obama on his body language, as well as David Cameron. So I'm interested to see what happens this Thursday in the debate. If David Cameron can keep up his body language performance, he will win the general election. Thanks, everybody. Hope you have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.